Hello, hello. Rhonda in with the ween. Rhonda coming in with the ween. Hey, Luminous. How's everybody doing? Hey, Liplock. Hey, hubby. It's been a weird few days. Weird few days. I think I'm just kind of hoping to sleep and I wake up and Fred's here or whatever. Hey, Lolly. All I could think of last night listening to PG go on about business was, man, she really is reaching to connect these kind of dots, isn't she? I didn't hear it all. So I was planning on hopefully you guys filling in the blanks without me. I can't listen to her voice. Because I'm sure it was something just catastrophic, just some major groundbreaking evidence of Summer's head being shaved. Must be somehow linked to Fred. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Dottie. Mimi. Rhonda, what was she trying to say? Rhonda Rodriguez. What was she trying to say? Like, what was her whole, how is it Fred's fault that Summer's head was shaved? Or how does somebody's crazy mind make that connection? She blames different people every week. She's a lunatic. I'm just wondering, like, me and Fred, before she even went live about it, we were like trying to like rack our brain to think what her crazy mind came up with. You know, we were trying to take bets on what it was about. But she's just so crazy and out there that I couldn't even think of anything. My mind couldn't go that crazy, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't think of any scenario. It's so complicated that it's too complicated to explain. Is that how she put it too? It's connected to a phone call she had with Laura. Laura related to a story about her kids and hair follicle test. Okay. Where did she come up with these things? Was she talking to Ernie and hold on. Somebody sent me Ernie's live from earlier. I downloaded it just in case he was going to delete it because I wanted to see this with you guys. I guess this Constance Sue, I don't really know who she is, but she took over Ernie's panel, I guess. Let's see, Ernie Shell Lightning Tiger. I don't know what happened here, but guess he was live and oh, here he's on camera, so we could see. Uh-oh, can't hear him.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Renee, won't you come up here and run? And I'm tired. What's up on our offer? What's up? Oh, gosh. Renee, won't you come up here and run? And I'm tired.
Let's see, what is this?
I can't get nobody to.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Ernie, why did you take what's up on our offer?
Uh-oh.
I kept asking why he didn't take up Jody Stu on our offer to meet him last night, or this morning, to go in the caves. That seems like too sweet a deal to pass up, right? Just wondering why he passed it up.
She said Candace.
Or why you passed up Fred's offer to meet him at Hawkins County. If you want to interview with him, you can meet him at Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. He'll give you all the information you need. Seems kind of reasonable if you're not on the run, right? I'm not going to run your show for you all day, Ernie. But you probably won't answer me either because, he asked the hard questions. So I'll just wait here until you come back.
Oh, gosh. What? I lost my freaking cursor. Where's my cursor?
Well, they can always call the police to escort him if they're worried about it, right? But Jody was going to do it. I don't advise her to, but she was going to do it for summer. But they can always call the sheriff to guide them, right? If he's not on the run.
Say hi. It's like 20 minutes.
Did anybody hear the call to the Department of Homeland Security and a TBI saying Ernie wasn't working with either one of them? And for the dum-dums out there, Homeland Security doesn't troll. TBI doesn't troll.
Hey, Betsy. Thank you for being a member for 28 months. That's crazy. The breaks. Nobody talks to a young man that lives in the same holler. He's like 20 and he knows these woods like the back of his hand. He knows Fred and all of them around there. Who's that? The breaks. Who's 20? You mean, probably they might be a little too close. Are you talking about Chambers? Hey, Donna. You're an OG, right? Yeah, 28 months. That's a while. Oh, shit. You're talking about Brandon? JLR did an interview a long time ago and searched a little bit with him. He lives with his mom right next to an old church. Yes, that's Brandon. And Brandon's like almost 40. Brandon Clark. And actually, his dad is Pete Clark. I'm actually have something in the works that's all kind of pertaining to that. I'm not going to be talking to Brandon. I mean, I would, I guess, but even better, I'm going to be talking to somebody that we haven't heard from yet. Fred lined it up, so whoop whoop for Fred. But don't put it in the chat yet who it is because we don't need the person harassed. Is Brandon out of jail? I don't even know. I don't know. That's what I was trying to look up yesterday. If he's the guy that was walking JLR through the woods and stuff like that, that's Brandon Clark. Maybe even 18 or 19. Who could he be talking about, guys? Prayer Garden will blame Fred for telling Dawn that CPS could do a hair follicle test. Dawn and Candace are career criminals. They don't need Fred telling them about the hair test. Oh, okay. So supposedly Fred mentioned something about a hair follicle test, and they decide to shave Summer's head. Oh, you found out Brandon's still in jail? No, I didn't see that, Donna. Last night? They had a fight last night? I mean, I know that they had a pretty funny one a few nights ago. I didn't even know that CPS was even coming. Yeah, how would Fred know that CPS is coming? That's a good point. He wasn't like best friends with Don and Candace like Jody, Sue, and Andy were, I guess. They seem to have a way more closer relationship, but they were closer in vicinity too. Even Polly Bernard, Andy's mother, posted on her Facebook how her grandkids was friends with the little girl that went missing, which she was referring to Summer Wells. No, not Blue Bunny. It's Blue Bunny is not the good kind. It's shit. Which one? No, I can't think of what it's called. Jody Sue wants Ernie to take her to the caves. Hold on, let me pull up. I don't know why he has this even still up.
Fred's offered to meet him at Hawkins County. If you want to interview with him, you can meet him at Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. He'll give you all the
deets,
information you need.
Yeah, Bluebell.
Seems
There you
kind
go.
of reasonable if you're not on the run, right?
There you go, Bluebell. Go, conspiracy. Yes, Bluebell, not Blue Bunny. Bluebell. Blue Bunny is a huge difference, and yeah, big difference. Big difference. One is really good and one is really bad. Live for hours talking about her talk with Ernie last night. That's what I was watching. Oh, really? So, is this on Ernie's channel? Hold on. Was this on Ernie's channel that... Oh, right here?
Thank you. I'm glad. Because
making money off exploiting others, especially.
This is what separates everybody, folks.
Oh my gosh.
This is why they won't do it.
Oh my gosh. Is he out there searching in the caves? Oh. Look at Ernie, the hero.
The bright light here.
I haven't seen this.
This is exactly.
Hold on.
why they don't do it.
I need just a minute. So I'm going to put this on.
They're not prepared. They never will be. They're not prepared to do what it takes to get it. That's going to get really, really low here. But this is like a quart, maybe 3/4 of a cup.
Where's he claim to be? So where's he claim to be? Somebody said he was trying to act like he was in caves, but it was actually really. Ew, you talked to her? Yeah, don't talk to Pamela Tate, Fred. I didn't know Pamela Tate was messaging you. Had I known that, I would have warned you. She's a crazy one. All right, here, I'm going to play this. Just give me. I have to go do something real quick. But we're going to listen to this.
As you see how it's right up against the freaking wall. Oh, yeah. Get rid of this shit. Damn. But it's going to open up. God bless. Okay, so you can see I'm all the way up in. All up on this rock here. Picked the wrong hat for this choice. Damn, it's deep. Oh man, it's waist deep. Okay, guys. Okay. 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 This still goes. Let me get my. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Okay.
Run away.
So what is this even? What's even going on here? I'm confused. Is he in a cave or is he on the panel? This is old footage from somewhere else. Yeah, it looks like it because he's on the panel. So how?
I ain't gonna have much room to pull this off. I ain't got much on this card, but you can see. Gotta go through this now. But the cave systems are there, Jody Sue. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
My God, I do.
Fuckers over here either do. They say they're full of shit. Other law enforcement say they're full of shit.
Well, Fred is apparently failed a polygraph for it, so I don't know. Ask him and Laura and everybody else around that.
Oh, so ask Laura now. So I'm gonna have to go talk to Laura.
I'll tell you what, we'll talk more in depth about this and everything concerning everything you want to fucking know if you will take me to these caves.
What are you doing tomorrow morning? Early tomorrow morning.
It's 2:30.
Early tomorrow morning. My team will be with me and we will be loaded to the fucking gill. What are you doing in the morning?
Nothing I can think of, Ernie.
Well, you better get your boots on and get ready.
But doesn't
Can you hike? Can you hike? Are you okay to hike a little bit?
About
I'll hike fits for summer, even if I fucking die doing it, Ernie. I'm done
Okay.
for 2 hours again.
Okay. You gonna tell me about Fred?
I'll tell you about whatever you want to know on recording as long as you come here.
You don't have to do all that shit. I like that recording shit. It scares me a little bit. I don't know about all that.
And I mean, wouldn't it give less time for people to catch up with you or do anything if we did this right now?
I gotta get some sleep. I'm tired. I've been in the caves all fucking morning.
I heard you sounded quite tired, Ernie, on this.
It's kind of this adrenaline shit here, whatever the fuck this is. Somebody gave me like 4 of them, and I've already drunk them. So
Those
What? He's so weird. Who you're telling me about Fred? What does he want to know about Fred? Why doesn't he message Fred himself? Why is he acting like a scaredy cat? He's never messaged Fred one time. So
I'm not going to run your show for you all day, Ernie. But you probably won't answer me either because, you asked the hard questions. So I'll just wait here until you come back. Well, McKenna, they can always call the police to escort them if they're worried about it, right? But Jody was going to do it. I don't advise her to, but she was going to do it for summer. But they can always call the sheriff to guide them, right? If he's not on the run. Did anybody hear the call to the Department of Homeland Security and to TBI saying Ernie wasn't working with either one of them? And for the dum-dums out there, Homeland Security doesn't troll. TBI doesn't troll. Think about it. Use your brain, folks. Yes, Terry, but Fred said he would meet him there. He's able to travel. He can go places. Probably just has to fill out an itinerary, but he said he would meet him there.
he has never messaged or even spoken.
Because she said that she would give Ernie all the information she had about Summer if he met her there. GGGGG. Outlaw Tiger, the numbers that he called are in the video description. And
Why is this loud? I thought the channel was going to be less of this stuff, says Karen. Oh my God. Anyways. Yeah, he's never messaged Fred, not one time. So I don't understand why he acts like so like he's going out of his way to find out information when he hasn't even messaged Fred himself. Like, why is he trying to act like it's some kind of just this hard or this difficult, he's on this difficult mission to talk to Fred. It's like, you haven't even messaged him, you weirdo. He messaged Fred as a woman, his decoy, as he says. And what he tried to do was instead of like trying to get information about Hawkins County or the area or about people in the area or anything to do with Summer Wells, instead of doing that, he instead tried to trick Fred into, I guess, like, hopefully, like, Fred would, like, hit on this girl that, this fake profile that he was using. I guess he was trying to get him caught and tricked, I guess, into hitting on some type of fake girl profile. Like, that was his whole mission, instead of trying to find out information in the Summer Wells case. He said Fred said Judy Sue unalived Cotton. I don't know what that means. He said Fred said, Fred never said Judy Sue unalived Cotton. It's not true. they're just doing this for views and money. In my opinion, they've been working together since the beginning. Probably. I cowboy hat with fake gator teeth glued on. Oh, gosh. Ernie told her that last night. No, that's not true at all. What was supposed to have been meant when they said Summer was not the target, says Unicorn 76. We don't quite understand that either. There's been a couple of different people that are a couple other children that have been accused of being the supposed target, and that somehow Summer Wells was taken. It was a mistaken identity or something. It's been talked about, like, Jody Sue's daughter was supposedly one of the target, and then at other times it's been said Marlena Crawford's daughter was the target. I don't understand that and how anybody would know unless they were part of the conspiracy, or, you know, unless they were a part of it. And it's 11/11, guys. Jody Sue said, or Ernie said Jody Sue lured Cotton to his death. No, that's not true. Hey, Jenny. But target for what, though? Something to do with trafficking. I don't even know if I'm not even sure if Jody Sue and Cotton knew each other or anything, really. I'm sure they knew each other, but I mean, I have no idea. I'm not even sure if Fred would know that. Like, he's only talked to Cotton a couple times. So it wasn't like he was like super close to Cotton, nor super close to Jody Sue. He didn't really, like, he was surprised to know. He didn't know that any of these people were into other types of drugs besides weed, and he knew that Dawn was into crack cocaine because one time Candace gave Fred a whole bunch of shit because she saw him at, I think it was at Zoomers she saw Fred. That's where everybody sees each other, Zoomers. That's like the place. Because it's like the only gas station, the closest gas station to Beach Creek, and it's just kind of the place to go. But I think that's where Candace ran into Fred and told Fred, like, was like giving him a hard time about mentioning cocaine. Like, oh, you just had to mention cocaine, didn't you? Or crack cocaine. Because Don went and spent every last dollar we had on crack cocaine. Like, just the mention of it, he's really bad. Gangster Granny came out saying Donnie Boy was nice, hardworking man and thinks Ernie is easy on the eyes. I should tell you what. We forgot about Don trying to coach the little girl in his truck off Mountain View. And guess who was on the phone with Don at that second? PG. Oh, really? I think I do remember something about that, actually. About PG being on the phone with Don while he was Well, he had seen that little girl outside. Big Ernie. He's tiny. He's little. He's like a what are you chewing on here? What is that? Oh. He's pocket sized. Wait. Ernie said last night he didn't believe Summer was in a cave. So whatever happened at the horse stables, I really don't believe Summer went swimming. She said she knew Cotton. It was also his daughter's birthday. I don't know if it was a woman who lured him, but he was behind a certain woman's house, and she's being looked into from our understanding. Like, Fred doesn't know. He knows the area, which we need to get. Donna's wanting a little map. Fred just knows the general area of where, like, a certain person behind a certain person's house. Say what she wants, but she obviously did have the hot streak. Yeah, she did. Don is on recording saying that many children from the area was going to go missing because of him, mad about getting caught. Yeah, he did. He said something about there's a lot of children that's going to start coming up missing or whatever. Mama T, the OG. Blue eyes. Well, I don't even know if she's even live tonight. Every day it's something. It's something Fred. It's Fred this, Fred that. I just don't know how she could go, how anybody in their right mind. She's literally got Fred and picked on her thumbnail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5 days, isn't that in a row? Isn't there some kind of new rules on YouTube that you can't talk about somebody more than like 2 or 3 days in a row or something. I don't know how it works, or it was the Simpsons house that he tried to get the little girl. It was right over there by Cotton Simpson's house, wasn't it? We also need to find out and see if Jody Sue's dad used to live across the street from George and Polly over there on Lone Star, I think. Right? Fred, Lone Star, or is it Mountain View? Lone Star, I think. Because that would be... We need ICU on that one. We need to see if Jody Sue's dad used to live across the street from Andy's parents. Hey, Sheba. So that no, he never lived across from Mother's True Nose. Oh, okay. What are you, excuse me. What are you chewing on? Well, I don't know where Ernie gets these weird things about how he suddenly connected Jody Sue to Cotton or whatever, but these people, they have some, they are some, I don't know where they come up with this stuff. Lone Star and Stardust. Okay, so Lone Star or Stardust, like around that area. So at the corner of Lone Star and Stardust. So he acted like so I thought he was trying to help Fred. What help was he offering Fred? I'm still waiting to hear what help Ernie was supposedly going to offer Fred. Like, but I have a weird gut feeling PG does live in Tennessee and has been to Ben Hill. No, you're probably right. Because I was finding evidence of her in communication with Allie Mullaney before Summer even went missing. So, but if we don't know who PG is for absolute certain, it's hard to say because, you know what I mean? Who I think she possibly is, like when I've looked her up before in old profiles and stuff, it looks like she's had some kind of connection to Allie Mullaney before Summer's disappearance, but can't say for sure because we don't know exactly for sure who she is. I wonder if Sherfy Sr. was bouncing Jody Sue in the woods and then Sherfy Sr. told her about his... What? He wouldn't be... Are you kidding? Right. Ernie... Ernie would come to, like, really come up to about Fred's chest. He's probably hoping Fred will get back in business. You think? I kind of wondered if Ernie is tied to any of those people out there, since he is into that, that particular substance. At least it seems like Ernie has a past with, meth. I did wonder that, and he seems to have he has his connection to Harlan, Kentucky, and then there's several people surrounding Summer Wells that's connected to Harlan. It is strange. I was listening to a very old live of yours, and she was talking about the call, about the smell in that house. She says I was standing right there. I mean, I wasn't there. Yeah, she slipped and said something. She has slipped and said things like that before. Sherfy Jr. drives a maroon Tacoma single cab with black ladder rack. Yeah, that's Fred was talking about that yesterday, that actually Sherfy Jr. does have he has a maroon Tacoma, but it's a single cab, not a extended cab. You think that's what that is, Chillbilly? Well, gosh, they have ways to treat that stuff. PG said her kids have never touched drugs or alcohol. I said, I thought your kids were little. I got told to shut up. Oh, I remember one time she was talking to me and she's like, yeah, me and you are about the same age. And I was like, are you okay? I mean, I know I'm not really young at all, but I guarantee PG is not my age. I would say she's more my mother's age. He likes the needle, according to Cam. That's why he hooked. Oh. Yeah, I'm guessing Cam probably did too, because when I saw him at the one of the vigils, he was wearing long sleeves and it was like 100 degrees out. It was ridiculous. I mean, oh my gosh. In that day I had worn some like face moisturizer that had SPF in it, and it was getting into my eyes and it was burning my eyes, and I had a headache because it was so hot and miserable out. And then, seeing Cam there with a long sleeve, oh my gosh, it just made me feel even more miserable seeing him in a long sleeve. About 70. I don't know with that, but knew Donna and Candace before Little Angel went missing, and I think it's the church, in my opinion, says Carolyn. Let me trying to. Okay. She's one of the people that go to church. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is that maybe she met them at church because they have the same Sabbath or whatever. Strange PG being on phone with Don when he tried to pick up that little girl. They used to be on the phone like 24/7. It was so bad that Candace would cry and beg for him to get off the phone. Same thing with Cher. Like Cher would sit there and which it was really kind of disrespectful but Cher didn't freaking care. Either did PG, of course. Kim and Allie got charged the other day by the grand jury. Yep, I heard about that. No, he didn't bring a little girl home. No, it was the girl was already at her home outside of it. Shira said that she was on the phone with Don almost 24 hours a day. He used to call me all the time too. But after I started talking to Fred, yeah, none of them talked to me again. Yeah, he took her inside or supposedly went to the door and said, told this whole spiel like how his daughter went missing and you got to be careful. Supposedly Don was being some kind of hero for the community, a Superman. When Don got out of that house, the little girl's grandfather came outside and seen Don. Yeah, it's probably exactly what happened. And then Don had to play it off like he was trying to help. The grandfather probably saw Don before Don even said anything to the grandfather. That's probably true. And then Don probably played it off like he was trying to help. Oh, that's what the grandfather said? Yeah. When do they go to court for it? Are you talking about Cam and Allie? I think this month, isn't it? So yeah, the grandfather had a different story to say. And the grandfather's a Simpson, wasn't he? Oh, okay. That live I watched had Jenna, PG, and Lynn. Everyone was pissed at PG for taking over the convo. One of them said she knows who PG is. She said it right to PG, but she said she wouldn't tell. Well, definitely not Jenna. Jenna definitely doesn't know shit. she's a big time liar. Lynn's a good person, but I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Lynn for a while. Makes me wonder how she's doing. But not sure. I'm trying to remember if Lynn said that she knows who PG is. I don't think so. I think she would have told me. Maybe not. I don't know. Some people are really, really paranoid and scared of, for some reason, scared of people on here. That's true. That's true. 120 acres. You're right. She didn't used to take any type of Sabbath. Moonshine Girl asked Fred, have you seen the people who own the place where the shootout over the backhoe happened? Fred said, yes, he does. That they was Davis's moonshine. Do you think they're legit type people? Are they good people, Fred? Yeah, I think PG lives in Tennessee, probably now. But this is a good point, though, that 120 Acres says. She did not used to mention something about a Sabbath. This is something that's kind of been, that's, they was under witness protection from New York. Are you talking about the Redmonds? Oh man, Shannon, there's a couple people at the house that where Fred's at that have supposedly have that. I'm like, watch, Fred will be able to move in together wherever that be, where whatever happens, it will be go time, and then all of a sudden he'll probably be sick AF is what I'm like, watch, he'll probably be so sick or something. Our luck. Hey, Linda. The other night, PG quipped that she goes to church every day. So, wow. Oh, every day? Okay. She needs to go. I don't know. She needs to do something because it's obviously not working. People with Hispanic name listed as owner. Cartels pay people to buy country property to run human trafficking out of. I know, late 17th. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember her celebrating, or I don't know if you call it celebrating, or recognizing the Sabbath from Friday night to Saturday night. I don't remember her doing that in the beginning. Dawn and Davis were friends. Hey, Juniper. Hey, Michelle Vokey. I really believe that PG would be with Dawn if she was. Yeah, I think so too. Lynn says she knows who PG is. I have her phone number somewhere. I'll have to call her, and she doesn't like to get involved in much drama or anything. I don't blame her. The Davis is AI gone now. What's that mean? You mean they're gone now? So Sherry showed her ass when PG joined the church. What's next? Things he'll do for Dawn. The things they'll do for a child predator. In my opinion, allegedly. There's just their daughter is the only one that's still alive. Just their daughter is the only one that's still alive. Oh, you mean the Davises? Well, thank you, Kelsey. That's really nice. Thank you. I am really proud of him. Hey, Candace. Hardwick. Come here, Bandit. Let's cuddle. Let's cuddle, you cute thing. You're my best friend. Best friend. Just wondering because of the Hispanic name. Well, I will. That is true in my experience about that. When I was with Jim and he had apartment buildings, there a lot of times you have to watch out for stuff like that. Sometimes there would be one Mexican. It's like they'll rent one apartment and there'll be like 20 Mexicans in one apartment or whatever. And you have to be careful because also he had to watch for people coming in from like Dayton and Columbus, Ohio and stuff, because these people would rent apartments to like kind of like stash, like have these like dope houses or whatever. For going to church every day, PG sure can trash everyone and swear like a sailor in the name of the Lord. Yep. They definitely do that. My parents rented to a Mexican family and they ended up with 11 people in a tiny apartment. But what Jim liked about them though is they always paid their rent. But the apartments were always torn up at the end of it, though, because there would always be so many people in one apartment is the issue. And they all, usually drink. But yeah, that's why they were good workers. But yeah, there'd also be people coming in from like Dayton and Columbus. Jack Dykes was the one that got shot. Your son's dad also got shot. PG was bragging about how much money Don was making. And it wasn't over a backhoe, it was over drugs. So Chillbilly says, Fred, just curious, was there ever a redneck that would come around? He drove a green-black Mustang or a white Ford truck, had a big decal on the tailgate. A greenish-black Mustang or a white Ford truck. That's true, Unicorn, they do. No Mustang or white truck. Well, so when a school break comes, they shaved hair because of lice. It was gross. They never knew about lice till Don out his own mouth said he made like 1,500 and PG saying like 25 to 3,000 a week. What, from his regular job? Or is this what he would make on YouTube? Don out his own mouth said he made like 15. Oh, I already read that one. Oh, from drywall. He said Mexicans are everywhere there. He grew up with everyone on Beach Creek. Wonder why why they would be everywhere out there. They shaved her head so people wouldn't recognize her during transport out of the area. Jody Sue said there is a rumor that Fred tried to refuse searches. You recorded the conversation. Guy you met at Warrior's Path said Mexicans are everywhere. He grew up in the air. Did you know anyone who worked at Eastman plant who's high authority? Fred said Jody Sue was the only one that refused the search of her house. See, but so how did that work? Shush, Pop. Because I know that George was there. Andy's dad was there within a couple hours of someone going missing. So when did they ask Jody Sue? And Jody Sue wanted, I mean, yeah, she was a resident of the property, but she wasn't the owner. Wouldn't they have asked somebody else afterwards? One of them knows about everyone. I don't know why everyone switched to Fred. So like, since you got married, everyone lost their minds. And also, Andy would have been there too around 5:30 or no 5:30. He was supposedly at Zoomer. So what 6:30 ish. So I'm just curious, like, who did they ask to search the property? Did they ask Jody Sue? Was it just Jody Sue there? Or did they try to ask Andy, or did they try to ask George, or how did that work? She said on recording that she was afraid because Andy had guns. Oh, that Andy had guns in the house. Was he a felon though? Is Andy a felon? He's a felon. And when we were talking about has TikTok channel, I think she was hacked. Who's that, Wilma? Is there a way to find out what times Candace left that day and came home after they got back from Warriors? Although, oh gosh. It would all be hearsay for sure. You know, there's no way to get real absolute timeline because it seems like the parents are not being completely honest. So since I'm trying to follow all this, how far is the church that they went to? And has the church property ever been part? Yeah, that they did. I believe they actually closed the church for a period of time. Didn't they, guys? Now, how far is it from Ben Hill? It's like at least 30 minutes. Nothing is close. It sucks. It's like nothing's close when you live out there on Ben Hill. The blonde lady that was messaging Fred. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll back. What Wilma said before that. Oh, you think she was hacked? They allowed Don to leave the hollow that night to get food and cigarettes. Yeah, there's a couple churches close to him. But it's weird that they went all the way to Kingsport. Guess they wanted to go to the SDA church. It's only 3 miles to get to the SDA church from 110 Ben Hill. What? Hold on. SDA church. $3025 Fort Henry Drive. It's about 20 minutes, 21 minutes. So it's not like in most areas where you can guess about a minute a mile. It takes much longer to get anywhere down in Tennessee. Yeah, about 30 minutes. You know, got a guy nicknamed Worm. His name is Lance J. Worm. I've never heard that name. Ever. Have you ever heard that name, Fred? What made Dawn change church? I don't know. They tried to say, I think it was Sherry Maloney that tried to say that they would switch churches and stuff because they would get things off of churches and move to different churches. But I don't know. They've been at the same one since. There's 6 churches within 5 miles from Ben Hill Road. Oh, we used to talk about the church a lot. The church was something that was very, very much highly focused on, especially in the beginning. I really used to be very suspicious of the church. As part of the reason, why I visited it and wanted to experience it and just get a feel. I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of cult or weird religious thing tied to it, but I don't feel like it's the SDA church. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know what to freaking think. What time did they leave that day after they got home? Well, supposedly, Candace says they left at like oh gosh, what, 9:30 or 9? but then they went to I don't think they would have been back until around 3. Right? Supposedly they weren't back anytime between then. Hey, Moon Angel. Yeah, cult. That's what I'm getting to, but I don't think it's the SDA church. I don't know. I think that's like a cover up or something. I don't know what to think. I go back and forth. I definitely believe there was a transaction, like an exchange of some sort. So I don't think it was an accident cover up. I just don't believe that. I don't think that somebody accidentally ran over her or something like that. I just don't think so. You never saw Candace the whole day on the 15th? Yeah, didn't Laura try to say to PG that she saw that you guys saw Candace on what's that road? But Fred can't remember seeing Candace that day. So I don't know, guys. If Laura says that, she never said that before. But like I've always said, I always talk to Fred about the case mostly. Laura just wasn't. It just was easy to tell for me from the beginning. It was Fred was the person to talk to, and Laura didn't really. It seemed Fred's always had the better memory, and Laura didn't seem really interested in the case at all. You still think Ziggy? What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah. Or some kind of some type of affiliation, like some kind of gang or some kind of. It's scary. I think it's worse than just, the parents, which makes it really scary, because it's one thing if it was just like an accident cover up. If it's something like that, that's like way less dangerous than something that involves, some kind of group or some kind of, organized crime in some way. It's seeming to be some kind of organized crime. Seen Dawn and the 3 boys at the bottom of the driveway around 9:15-ish on the 15th in the red Subaru. Yep. Hey, crazy mom. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the first time you had out that day, Fred? Do you remember? At about 9:15, was that the first time, or had you? I might have another interview, guys. Like I was saying earlier, I might have another interview with somebody that's never spoke before that you guys might be interested in it. And I'm not going to say yet until it's for sure. I don't want the person harassed. That was the first time. So Fred said that was the first time on the 15th when he had left that day. When he had seen Dawn coming off his driveway in the red Subaru, and he had the boys with him. And then the second time was about 4 p.m. Wait, where did you see them at 4 p.m.? Oh, you mean... Wait, who did you see at 4 p.m.? Second time was at 4 p.m. The 3:45 would have been Andy. Would have been about the time Andy. Oh, the second time that you left was 4 p.m. Okay, the first time that he left, that Fred left, was 9:15. Okay. What time? Okay, so and then you came back. I don't know, you must have came back at some point because that's when you had seen, because you were trying to get the trailer ready to go to the scrapyard, but you guys didn't make it. A black SUV. I've never heard of a black SUV going up the hill. Yeah, and that's what's scary, Lori. It is something bigger, you know. It would be way, if it was just an accident cover up, then that means, okay, that's going to be way less dangerous because we're just going to be dealing with a few people who were scared and covered it up because they're afraid of getting in trouble, right? But I don't think that's what we're dealing with, unfortunately, or fortunately. I don't know how you want to look at it. Andy was on camera at 3:47 timestamp. Black SUV was at Donnie Chambers. Oh, okay. 2 motorcycles. I don't know what you mean. There was the one motorcycle or whatever, moped motorcycle or whatever. But it was off by, so there was somebody broken down at the side of the road, but it was off of on Beach Creek, not really. It was further down. It wasn't near like Ben Hill. Fred didn't think it could be really related. He helped that person. He put the bike in the back of his truck. PG was saying the junkyard didn't close till 5. Oh, wow. She just is such a genius and knows everything. I don't know. Either way, Fred did not make it. And the reason why he did not make it is because he was on his way to go there. And then here comes Andy. And he had to let Andy by. And he had to unhook the trailer to let Andy by. And by the time that he got hooked back up and stuff, he was already running behind, already running late to get to the scrapyard. And then, when Andy came and Fred had to unhook, then he couldn't make it. So that's how he knows for a fact that he saw Andy on the road. I mean, and plus, because he talked to law enforcement about it. They have Andy on trail cameras and surveillance. Not just Andy, they asked about several people, like who's this person, who's that person, who's this person. But Andy's the only one denying that he was on the road when he actually was, for some odd reason. Allegedly. I held one to town and dropped it off, but I picked up one on the way back home to work on for someone, and they was hauled on. Oh yeah, that's right. But you never went to the scrapyard. Her theory has so many people, there's no way they would be all able to keep quiet this long, or PG is going around asking people to lie for her, like Laura, and you giving money. Why isn't she in jail? I'm not sure. People don't even know who PG is, so. We were just talking about that today, Suzanne. His driveway, the bottom of his driveway, because you guys, Fred was just telling me about this today. He said they had the dogs out there and everything when he pulled up. The scent dogs checked his truck when he came in before he went back there, and they did not hit on his truck. The dogs never hit on his truck. Okay? The scent dogs went over his truck before he even went back down to 207. The scent dogs later hit at the end of 207's driveway. So, yeah, it was, as far as it hitting on Fred's truck, that is absolutely not true. Because if they would have hit on Fred's truck, they would have hit when he came in the first time. Well, the only time when he came in at, after Summer had gone missing and all the police were out there and stuff. They already had dogs out there and they were checking everybody's truck going in and out, or everybody's vehicles going in and out. PG thinks she knows everything. Oh, I know, right? I wonder what she's going to do when the truth comes out, and she's going to have all these things that she's told people as if they were absolute fact. There's going to be a lot of people who said things like absolute fact that are going to look really silly. But for some reason, I guarantee it will probably just be forgotten. Nobody will hold anybody accountable. 15th of June is when the dogs hit at the end of the driveway. That tells me that they gave Candace clothes for a cent. That's why she stayed in the house away from the cops and the dogs. I know, Shannon. I know she's trying to say that. That's just ridiculous. It is. And she knows better. And that's if somebody really, really wants, who's supposedly the head of Summer's army and wants Summer found, if she really knew everything that she claims why would she put out so much misinformation? That doesn't, yeah. She doesn't want people to know who she is because she's probably embarrassed of who she is and how she ended up in part of this case. Yeah, Unicorn 76. That's something. That's what law enforcement said, except they said it was probably because of Dawn being down there. I've noticed that, Luminous. A lot of people hearing the same story, and 5 people hearing one story, and they'll all have different accounts of it. But sometimes it just feels like the things that people go around saying, like, for instance, I saw this lady recently saying that, Fred said there's no meetings around him. It takes an hour and a half to get to a meeting, like an NA meeting. That's not what we said. We said it's an hour and a half by bus. Do people think the bus just picks Fred right up at his doorstep and takes him straight to the meeting, like right at the door? It doesn't work like that. PG is only hurting Summer's case. That is true. Yeah, they hit because Candace was down there, because she was driving down there and pretending that she was looking for Summer. I don't know if she got out, though. My guess is she probably did get out and try to pretend that she was looking for Summer. She claims she's a sexy bitch. I know. She says she has a sexy body, that she's... I know, she says all this. Nine minutes by Uber and an hour and a half by bus. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure though when she was down there talking to Chad if she was just leaning out the window and saying something, or if she got out. Maybe got things ready and searched on prop. Viva Las Vegas. Right, shares her hot little body. She's hot to trot. She uses a VPN, maybe. She does come out with these really cool, like, cute animation things. So either somebody's helping her with that stuff, her grandkids, her great grandkids. She tries to act like they're her young children. She has grade school children. She's a young mother, guys. I thought Fred said she was walking down the driveway when his friend pulled up, but no. No. He was at the driveway. No, Fred never saw Candace. It was Chad. And at first, the reason why the story got confused, and at first we thought that Candace had walked down there, which didn't really make sense, and I didn't think of it, but because it's actually really far, and Candace is no way is walking all the way down there. See, at first we thought like that she had walked down there, but we had later found out like Chad had cleared it up and said no, she was actually driving down there. Joyce or Andy was never at the bottom of their driveway until after Summer went missing, and then they didn't leave their driveway for 3 days after. Her son was a YouTuber? When Ryan went up to AB, they found a TV in that second story of the barn. I wonder what was up with that. PG was talking about her husband passing away and how she doesn't feel sorry for her kid. And she doesn't feel sorry for her kid. She feels sorry for herself because she lost her partner and now she has to do it all by herself. The fact that Andy and Candace were both seen back there in Ben Hill, and then Dawn says she drove out and got out and was looking on the property. The fact that Andy and Candace were both seen going back there on Ben Hill, and then Dawn and Jody both looked at the bottom of the hill. Hey, Moon Angel. Oh, is Shay in here? I'll never forget the time she thought she was on the phone with Grady Light. I was on the phone with his daughter and we were laughing. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? She was pretending she was on the phone with Grady Light. Is he even alive anymore? She probably really didn't think she was on the phone with Grady White. It was probably a whole big act. Did I see Jody Sue on Ernie's? We watched a little bit of it here earlier in this live, but it was just really dumb, so we changed it. I mean, Jody Sue really walks all over Ernie. I'm not gonna lie. Dawn was already arrived at home when the first two officers arrived at 110. Yep. Dawn was already at home. That shed with the TV was probably Andy's bedroom. Have you heard the story she tells about Green Eyes? No, but Green Eyes was really Jody Sue was his main target from the very beginning. Jody Sue and Andy, and that's actually why he went after me, because he thought I was friends with Jody Sue. So somehow my number got leaked, I think by Benny, and Jody Sue was on my panel one day, and that same day I get my very first prank call or whatever threat from Green Eyes. My very first threatening call from Green Eyes, and it was really scary. Like, he sounds scary like crazy. And he started harassing me and leaving me these crazy messages. I have hundreds of them saved from all the months and months that he was harassing me. It started because he thought I was friends with Jody Sue, and anyways, so once he was able, he started calling me about, it was October of 2021, and then he started harassing Andy and then Jody Sue and Fred. Well, thank you, Kelsey. PG said it was Jim. You're no ex now. She's saying it's you and Fred. Right, yeah. Green Eyes is Jim, sure. That's ridiculous. No, I'm definitely not lying. Tyson, I've had quite the history with green eyes. I have, I swear, hundreds of, I could pull them up right now, just hundreds of just voicemails from green eyes that I never listened to that I just would save in green eyes folder. Someone was saying green, nope. Nope, he used to have his picture on his Facebook. His name is, well, he used to go by Daryl Jacobs. And he was scary. Trust and believe, he was not Jim. You want to hear just a random one he left? Okay. Green Eyes. My very first threatening call from Green Eyes. And it was, you don't want to do that. I was trying to open up something in my Dropbox. Why is this taking forever? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, now tell the truth why I went up on you for protecting Jody Sue, but attacking me. That's where we got off on the wrong train track.
A lot of these I haven't heard. I'm just opening random ones.
I'm sending my receipts to show your little Piper buddies a fucking two-faced liar. She's probably worse than PG, you'll see.
These are mild compared to what?
I knew you went and bought some weed. Stop lying. You went and bought it legally.
What? Hold on.
Man, get off your fat fucking lazy goddamn ass and feed your goddamn daughter with a little fat ass fucking bitch. Won't no goddamn McDonald's. You fat ass fucking retarded ugly goddamn bitch. You the fat ass.
See what I'm talking about? This guy was scary. Seriously.
And block me so I could talk some shit to that fucking closet boy looking ass. I wish I was black looking ass motherfucker.
I don't know what it's talking about. Yes, it was scary, guys. You love his voice? Oh my gosh, he used to scare me like bad. He told me he's like I feel bad that I actually scared you and your daughter. I'm like, yeah, you scared us. You're scary. I have hundreds of those, guys. I have hundreds of them. I mean,
Better stop crying, start fighting back, bitch. They about to take your goddamn channel. Between you and Tiffany, who's gonna lose their fucking channel? You and Tiffany. Stop being a little coward, bitch. You started this shit, now finish it.
yeah. You guys, if PG's saying something like, I don't know, somebody just sent me something. If she's saying that, oh, the court's paying for everything, all you have to do is go to the website of the place that Fred's staying at, and it literally says on there that they don't take any type of insurance. So no, he's had to apply to outside grants to try to help with the costs. I don't know why PG acts like she knows everything. No, that's not Killer Looks. Killer Looks is not like that. Killer Looks like is a super nice guy. Yeah, he's one of those coward type people that he scared me though, because he was one of my very first major trolls, and he was relentless. He would call like nonstop, and like it did not matter if I blocked him. I mean, I kept blocking him, and he would just make new phone numbers. I'm not even joking that I have hundreds of those. And we're talking that I have pictures of the guy. I mean, half his face is covered and stuff, but he used to have pictures on his Facebook. I even have like pictures off of his Facebook that has like license plates and stuff. Yeah, he started coming after me back in October 2021, so he's been around for a long time. She's Lindsay and Fred. She blocked me and told me. She does. She sits there and just fucking lies, dude. She just makes up a bunch of shit, and I don't know why anybody would be okay with that. But the reason why they're okay with it is because they don't like me, or they don't like. Aw, thank you, Lana. She sent a Cash App that said, $10 for your Diet Coke stash. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I don't understand. I really don't. The only thing that makes sense to me is that she just wants some kind of content. Like Mary, no matter how much you block, she's always still there. Yeah, that Mary girl. Mary Scott. Ernie's decoy. Ernie's decoy. He must have like 1 million different profiles made of her or something. NLP programming. What's that? When you keep repeating something, if people keep repeating something, then people start to think it's real because it keeps getting repeated. You and Frisha listen to all of PG has been saying because it's actually slanderous. Yeah, I know. But what do? You know? what can you really do? I mean, every time the time it takes to try to report a video. No, I mean, just to report if you guys see things that people are doing and stuff that is slanderous or some kind of harassment or whatever, just report it. If you see it, report it for whatever it is that it's doing against. It's really simple. But as far as trying to file a strike on a video and stuff like that, I've tried that stuff. I don't know how it is, but some people are like experts at filing strikes against people. But it's a lot of work because you have to know the exact timestamps and you have to have the timestamps of their video and then not the timestamps of your video. And, all this and all that. And I don't like to hear this shit, I can't stand listening to PG's voice or people like 666 voice. I mean, she sounds angry. Seriously, she sounds like the devil herself. Like it's what nightmares are made of. For real. I don't want to listen to that before I'm going to sleep. That's scary. Now, maybe when Fred's here or whatever, and I have somebody to cuddle and protect me. Protect me from the scary demon lady. I know, Fred. I don't know what they think they're going to be able to do to stop you at this point. I mean, look how much you've already been through. I don't know, Moon Angel. I don't know. She's been obsessed. I had a 2-year freaking protective order that expired in March, and she's still obsessed. Still. That's like really, nobody should be encouraging that type of mental illness. Well, if we had the money like that, we would, you never know, too. You never know who's watching these things. Anybody, attorney out there who would like to take it on, we would love the representation. If somebody wants to take it on pro bono. I don't know. See, a lot of these people don't have freaking anything going for them. Their lives are already freaking sucky as can be, I wish that more than anything. I feel like if justice would come for Summer Wells, a lot of things would fall into place. A lot of things would fall into place if the truth would come out. It would definitely make things easier for me and Fred. I'm trying to think if he already talked about what Cotton said. Yeah, he'll talk about we'll talk about what Cotton said. I thought he already did, but maybe not. Once we are living in the same place, we'll do that. How the Cotton thing exactly happened. See, he was there. Cotton was there to try to purchase a boat that Fred had for sale. He didn't really know Cotton that well, but he was with somebody else. There's a lot that I have discussed with TBI that I can't speak about. So if you ask me something and I don't answer, it's because I can't, to preserve the integrity of the case. Sometimes it's like he doesn't know if he can or not. But now, I mean, but you guys, I mean, pretty much. So Cotton was just saying like some really weird things. He was talking about sleeping with mother and daughter. And as far as over there at Candace's house, sleeping with mother and daughter. Now, who he meant by mother and daughter, did he mean Grandis and Candace, or did he mean Candace and, Summer? That would be horrible. Who did he mean when he was talking? He was talking about something like that, to mentioning something about sleeping with mother and daughter, and he was acting really strange. But yeah, we'll have to do that. Once me and Fred are in the same place. Has a great show coming up. I've only spoken to Cotton like 3 times in my life. I've heard a lot about him. Yep. And Cotton, he caught the mountain on fire and got himself caught in it because he was making drugs. And he had to be rescued. Yeah, Cotton had mentioned to Fred. So one of the things that Cotton had mentioned is that he was on the hill on the 15th. Summer looks just like Cotton to me. No, Suzanne, he's not at all. I don't know. That was something that a guard was saying to Fred just to be asshole to him. Fred's not being looked into for anybody's unaliving. Now, he was questioned about Cotton because of the information that he himself brought himself to law enforcement because of the information that he himself brought to law enforcement and certain things that he knew about Cotton's death. Because of that, that is why that they gave him a lie detector test, because of the details that Fred had known about it. It's nothing like super, people have turned it into something like completely different than it is. That's why he was given a lie detector, was because of the information Fred brought to him himself that he made law enforcement aware of, that Cotton was being really strange, and and he had brought it up to law enforcement. Cotton and Dawn would pass for brothers, says Fred. Dawn and Candace are responsible for Summer's disappearance, but I think this is much larger than originally thought. Yep. Yeah, and that day, Cotton was acting really strange, and that's when he went down to near the cemetery to this person's house, this woman's house. Where what's coming from. We'll have to wait until have Fred tell the story exactly how it happened so I don't get it wrong, because I'm not the one that experienced it. So I probably better not repeat it, because when I've done that in the past, I've repeated stuff wrong, and then Fred gets blamed like that he lied or something. For example, the whole scrapyard thing. I think that confusion is my fault. Over his mom's death. Was anyone with Cotton when he went there? Well, he was at somebody's house. It's your karma, liar. Wow, I'm glad you waited the 20. Thanks for subscribing. I don't know. We don't know what's helped or what's haven't, do we? We really don't know what's helped. They haven't told us anything. We have no idea what has helped and what hasn't, unfortunately, because law enforcement has gave us 0, So we don't really know. Your guess is as good as ours. When you last seen him? Well, didn't he come with somebody to purchase the boat? When he came out there, Fred, didn't he come out there with somebody to look at the boat? But he left by himself for some reason. We'll have to have Fred come on here and tell the story, because it's going to get... Oh, the last time he came was by himself. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna go for now. And thank you, Juana, so much for the Cash App. That was really sweet. We need to get him up here and tell that whole story. That should be able to be done within a few weeks, hopefully. The first time Marvin brought him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. I'll talk to you later.